Hi everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a common visual problem that can really mess up the look of any document or design: lines of text that just don't fit. You might have heard it called an overfull hbox in some contexts, but simply put, it's when text extends beyond its intended boundaries, spilling out of its container and making your work look unprofessional. Imagine a newspaper column where a word is too long and just hangs off the edge, or a photo that's too wide for its frame. That's essentially what we're talking about. So, what exactly is this issue? It occurs when a line of text, or any horizontal element, becomes wider than the space allocated for it. This often happens in document preparation systems or web layouts where strict margins and column widths are enforced. The system tries to fit everything in, but if a word is particularly long with no natural breaking points, or if there isn't enough space for proper word wrapping, it has no choice but to let it overflow. Why does this happen so frequently? Well, several factors contribute. Sometimes it's a very long word that cannot be hyphenated, especially if the language doesn't support automatic hyphenation or if it's a technical term. Other times, it's due to fixed width columns that simply don't offer enough room. It can also be caused by images, tables, or other elements that are inserted without being properly scaled to fit the available space. Incorrect spacing between words or characters, or even using a font that is wider than anticipated, can also push content beyond the limits. Now, how do you spot these rogue lines? Visually, they're quite obvious. You'll see text sticking out beyond the right margin, often looking like a jagged edge instead of a clean, straight line. In some software, it might even be highlighted with a black box or a warning indicator. It's a clear signal that something is amiss with your layout. The good news is that fixing these overfull lines is usually straightforward, though it might require a few different approaches. One common solution is to adjust hyphenation. Allowing words to break naturally across lines can solve many issues. Another method is to simply rephrase the sentence, using shorter words or restructuring it slightly to reduce the line length. You could also adjust the spacing within the paragraph, perhaps allowing a bit more flexibility in word spacing. If it's an image or a table causing the problem, resizing it to fit within the column width is essential. Sometimes, you might need to manually insert a line break, but this should be used sparingly to avoid awkward-looking text. Finally, choosing a slightly narrower font or adjusting the column width, if possible, can also provide that much-needed extra room. Why bother fixing them? Because a document free of these visual glitches looks polished, professional, and is much easier to read. It shows attention to detail and creates a much better experience for your audience. A clean, consistent layout is key to effective communication. So, next time you see text spilling out, you'll know exactly what's going on and how to tackle it. Thank you so much for watching and learning about this important aspect of document design. If you found this helpful, please consider giving this video a like, sharing it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and insights. Your support helps us create more content like this.